that's enough of that. We don't need the intro music right now. I'm going to leave the text up for a bit, but I am going to change the color of the other text back to the way it was. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Left for Random Talk. Oh, that's the wrong color. Was this it? There we go. That's the right color. Sorry for the delay in the stream. I completely forgot that today was Thursday. And Thursday means podcast. I am very tired. I've had 2 dogs visiting again. So all of my attention is either towards them or towards house chores. Right now, Rev has gotten up to get himself something to eat. He's likely spreading the links around. Hopefully he gets me the pictures of the Gundam of the month before we actually get started on that. Make sure everything's set up. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, for those of you who are new to the podcast, basically this is a gaming news podcast. We talk about games, movies, TV shows. We spread the news on like updates on things like, if there's a scandal going on, then we'll let you know. If there's a potential problem, we'll let you know. Our biggest topics have always been EA, the gaming company that gives you loot boxes like crazy, and Bethesda lately. Both of them have become a bit of a cancer. One of them is just self-destructing, and that would be Bethesda. But for the most part, we give our opinions on things. If you don't agree with them, that's fine. It's up to you. We're just giving our 2 cents and then leaving it there. If we get angry or upset over something, then oh boy. I'm going to make sure that the link did not pop up again. YouTube. No, it didn't. Good. A link keeps popping up in the description on YouTube, and it's been driving me crazy. I can just get rid of that. Red. There. We're just waiting on Rev right now. It's just me and you guys. We actually have a list of topics that we focus on. It's very likely that the talk of Minecraft will come up next week if I remember to tell Rev about it. Sometimes when people join the chat, they'll say, hey, how about this? And it's something we covered last week or something we are hoping to cover next week. Making sure people are right. Okay. There is a severe delay on YouTube. That's something I can't fix. What I can do, since we're waiting on Rev, I'm going to do my usual thing. And that would be grabbing my art tablet and drawing. Why the hell not? Because we need something to do while waiting for him. Oh, thank you, Caden. I'll be honest, I'm actually, I love Terraria, but at the same time, I don't like it. I'll get this urge to play it for a while, and, I'll play it, I'll enjoy it. But the kicker for me, the the thing I don't like about Terraria is the corruption mechanic. I can't stand it. Like, I understand that, it has to be there, it has to be done. I just don't like it. I don't agree with it. So, like, after a while, once I get into hard mode, I'm kind of done playing. Like, granted, this time around, I am more than happy to play until the Moon Lord, if we ever get that far. But for the most part, I'm not gonna. If I stream it again, I'm not actually gonna be enjoying myself. It's just I'm gonna be playing for the pursuit of just playing it because people want me to. Still waiting on him. We'll see. I find it funny. I forgot today was Thursday. I forgot that it was podcast day, and yet we're all waiting on him. Turns out my art program needs to update. Okay, thanks a lot for that. But yeah, yeah, actually, yeah. It's been done before. We've actually streamed with absolutely nobody in the chat or nobody watching. Like, it's not new to us. I mean, I used to do like live streams on a website called livestream.com and also join.me, which is a very weird streaming thing to use, as well as Picardo. And for the most part, we got nobody showing up. Like, nobody ever shows up. But as soon as I put in, I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, boom. So many people. By so many, I mean like 3 or 4. But hey, it's more than usual. Oh, I probably should have made myself something hot to drink before starting this, but I got a cold drink right here, so it'll do just fine. Now my program is fully updated. We can have something on screen. No, I didn't, Caden. I have been way too busy for the past few days. Cool. Good for you. How about we redraw this bad boy? Look up a reference of a brass dragon. Close that page. D&D 5e brass dragon. Images. It's a bronze. The last thing I want to do is replicate what somebody else has already made. What I love about brass dragons is that they look a little bit like a Dilophosaurus. They're so weird. Come come on, Riv, show up, please. I can't do this on my own. As much as that would be a interesting experience, not really something I would enjoy. Because you can only say so much before you get burnt out. D&D Brass Dragon. Come on. There we go. Okay. I'm not that great at animating. I'm good at drawing, not animating. Where the heck? Oh, there it is. What is it doing?
Hello, I am. Oh, hold on. Forgot to plug in the mic.
Yay, he's finally here.
Well, yeah, I have food. I said, hey, give me a bit to go get food.
I did. I gave you time. I got everything set up and you still weren't here. I even messaged you. Still weren't here.
I'm sorry, I had to go attend to it.
I can hear myself.
I know. I'm trying to set everything up. How's this? How's it coming in better now?
There you are. Yeah, we're good.
Good. Yes, I have external mic and I have pizzas. Off. I'm having a good day right now, and I'm gonna be eating throughout this whole thing.
That's fine.
Like it. You can kiss my ass. No, I'm kidding.
Gotta plug this and fix that.
Alright, I'll get the topic. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Random Talk again.
I've already given them the spiel about what we're about.
Wonderful. Okay. Opening the topic. So, yeah, not much is going on this week in news. Except, a few things. But who's keeping track? So, let's get into it. Metro Exodus devs have a meltdown and decide to go to Epic Games' new launcher service with an exclusive deal and screws over fans from Steam who pre-ordered the game. The dev again started attacking the fans, saying, and I quote, boycott this game and we won't make another PC Metro game. So they'll still make it, not just for PC. However, it has been updated. The devs, 2A Games, the dev team, have apologized for their co-workers' meltdown and are trying to, clear a few things with, the fan base. They don't want people to get angry over what this guy said. So, hey, that's great. Even the Metro book writer apologized on behalf of his team.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how you deal with when something gets completely screwy. Apex Legends releases under our noses, a Titanfall Battle Royale free-to-play game. According to the information, it is it is an in-universe thing for Titanfall. Titanfall 3 is still being worked on as we speak. Monster Hunter live-action movie has finished filming, edited by the same guy who ruined the Resident Evil live.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's him. Bumblebee.
Just in case people didn't hear it, he is the guy that did the live-action Resident Evil movies because you cut out.
Yeah. I believe it's like Paul W.S. Anderson, I think his name is.
I could actually get on my phone and ask Dad because he really likes those movies. He likes them because they're pathetic.
He likes them because they're pathetic. I love that.
Like, Keep in mind, I say this every time Resident Evil shows up on the topics. My dad and I watch my dad play the Resident Evil classics on the PlayStation. So he prefers the games over the movies.
I can imagine. I mean, who doesn't enjoy the games instead of the movies?
And this is like the head director of the Resident Evil movies, or?
Yeah, same guy.
Okay.
Right, moving on. Bumblebee, a refreshing reboot helmed by someone who knows what the fans want and treats them well. Fuck you, Michael Bay.
Yeah.
You can go suck a dick. Just constantly suck it. Also, hello, Caden Crow. Welcome. Yeah, let's see.
I realized I probably could have just asked my brother because he's the movie buff.
Ugh. Either way, it's fine. Did the dev stream happen, or was that postponed again? No.
As far as we know, there wasn't a dev stream last week. I haven't seen anything about it except for that the Valentine's Day event is going on.
I'll just hold on. I'll do a quick check and see if the dev stream has gone through. Let's see. Let's see here. No, they did a Nintendo thing and a PS4 thing, but they have not done the dev stream, which a little concerning.
Yeah, like last week, Rebecca had a horrible migraine.
Oh, poor dear. All that time being Space Mom has tried to catch up. No. Let's see. I think there was something else I forgot to put on the topics.
Almost dropped my pen.
Oh, no. Hold on, what was it? Oh, right, I wanted to talk about Pyre. I'll put that here. I guess at the very end. Okay, Empire of the God. Quick talk. Alright, so let's get into it. Like always. No, I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, I think I've already picked the one.
So it is the Zogok?
Yeah, the Zogok.
Yeah, I'll get that set up for you.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we've got a few topics for this show. Not many as usual, but a few. Because why not? So yeah, let's see. Also, a quick update. Unfortunately, no, we still haven't set up the official Left for Random Talk Twitter account due to, for some odd reason, Twitter hates my email address. I don't know why. I've actually tried 2 separate email addresses, and it doesn't go through. I think Twitter has shadow banned me, or my IP.
Huh.
If that's the case, then wow, I'm off Twitter before I even begin.
Yeah.
Go figure. just sitting there, it's like, okay.
Just scrolling past all the Nuka dark hatred. And the Wigglers, especially the stormtrooper that has fallen asleep. Sorry, not stormtrooper, clone trooper that fell asleep on his desk. I love that picture.
Right. So let's get right into it. So we're starting off as per usual with Metro Exodus and the dev meltdown. So a little while, for those of you who don't know, Metro Exodus was slated to be on both PC and Xbox. Steam. My mistake. It was slated for Steam release, and people could begin to pre-order the game if they so desired. Unfortunately, at some point, the development team decided to, instead of sticking with the Steam release, they instead went with they decided to effectively shitcan the Steam release and instead go to the Epic Game Launcher. And people were angry because effectively now you couldn't buy the game off of Steam anymore. Even if you didn't pre-order the game, you wouldn't get it for Steam, period. And of course, a lot of people are kind of angry. This is kind of like punishing people for being cautious and not jumping onto the, um, the pre-order hype bandwagon, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And so people were angry, and they started to flood, the 2A Games website, kind of asking like, "Hey, what the hell? Why are you doing uh, fans and everything?" And one of the developers uh, completely had a breakdown, and I have his quotes right here from the Tweak Town, which is, I don't know what it is. Like I'm just looking for exactly what he said without going to the garbage tier websites that just they're not news. They're more like, hey, check out 10 interesting facts about how to lose weight as a game. That kind of bullshit.
Boo.
Yeah, or just random other bullshit that has nothing to do with gaming, but whatever. So let's see. Right. So yeah, one of the two, 4A games developers posted on the Russian board Gamianator, a Russian word for game, I suppose, uh, where he touched on the review bombing of Metro Exodus on Steam. He then proceeded to say the following: "I watched the bubbling. Impressions are twofold. On the one hand, the withdrawal from Steam is ambiguous, so no one has done so sharply, as far as I can tell. This is new, which could cause rejection. Yes, and such moves pull the need to install the Epic launcher, which is Epic Games, Steam platform, I suppose, which could cause some inconveniences to players and therefore cause discontent." Again, this person's English is not that great. "On the other hand, the reaction of certain category of players is hardly adequate. It seems that people did not want to play, just waited for a reason to pour out their bile. This is, in turn, what we, the developers, for years have been hard and painful with losses, trying to do something special, but a certain category of players believe that our work is not worth even a couple of minutes to install the launcher. Naturally, it is their life and their right, but then what do they care about Metro? Obviously, it is not interesting to them. I can only say that they were not our players either. They are not interested in our work, which means that, for example, the opinion of such people is not interesting to me either. What is the point for me personally, and not only, to listen to their opinion?" So you see where he's starting to fuck up now.
Mm-hmm.
He's throwing out other people's legitimate concerns because he thinks they're all dicks. Let's see. But consider the situation deeper. Someone says that if they crap Exodus and the previous game in the series, it will make the world better. They will put greedy developers in their place. To this, I can answer that in a pinch, if all the PC players announced a boycott of Metro Exodus, then the next Metro, if it does, is definitely not going to be on PC. Better or worse, decide for yourself. I personally feel sorry for the loyal fans, yes, but my assessment of the work done personally by me and my friends and colleagues will not change this. I firmly know that almost everyone who pours this dirt on the net is also incapable of a bit of what we have done and incapable of a bit of what we have done and hopefully do more. This means they have no idea what they're talking about. So now he's basically saying, oh, just because you guys can't do what we do, you don't know anything. We know what's best. We know what's better, effectively. He's going on. Now he's going to die on the high horse. And the final bit of what he says goes as follows. And further, despite the fact that during the development I went through each level of each game, hell knows how many times, it is interesting for me to play Metro. I went through the previous parts completely and more than once, and now I'm going to go through the whole PC version, to which we make the final touches. For me, this is already a transition. I always replay the game completely before release. It allows you to evaluate the work you have done. What is it for me? I remember the words of the prof, I guess it's professor, which I have heard more than once, both from myself and on the internet. The game must be made for myself, so that you like it first, and only now do I begin to understand this fully. No clever man can shake me about the value of the work that we have done, and there will always be disgruntled. That's it. The sentence just ends with disgruntled. There's no like disgruntled people or something. Okay.
Wow.
So basically, this prick is getting angry that people have legitimate issues with the fact that the game's going to the Epic launcher, and in his point of view, is like, oh, what's the matter? It's just downloading a new launcher. Oh, these people are entitled because they can't spend 5 minutes to get a new download launcher. And blah 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 blah. Has he not considered the fact that maybe people don't want to do it because they're more comfortable with Steam? And they have a whole library on Steam that they prefer to use. And what does Epic have? Maybe 5 games to his name at the moment? Has he not stopped to consider that?
What's the point?
Exactly. Most people will just go... most people will just want to stick with the thing they like, They're not going to abandon everything because a company decided, hey, fuck it, let's go on to the other one because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's like saying, we're making this incredible movie that all the people love and blah 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 blah, right? But we're not going to show it in these specific theaters. We're going to put it in this incredibly obtuse small town theater in the middle of back end nowhere.
I mean, they technically do that already.
But you know what I mean? It's like
I got. Like,
yeah, and
when Shin Godzilla came out, 2016, really creepy looking guy. It only came out in a few select theaters, and in Washington, it only came out in one theater. Only one in all of Washington State, and that was the theater I worked at. And I quit working there before Shin Godzilla even arrived. In fact, I think by the time I was done working there, it never actually arrived. As in, the people that brought Shin Godzilla to our theater didn't show up, so it never actually showed in Washington State.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, I understand, like, they want to do this in a different launcher because Steam takes out some profit from your game whenever it makes a sale. I understand that. Some developers are not very comfortable with this. But most players... It's not just like most players don't want to get a new launcher because they don't have time for it. I was more than happy to get a new launcher just to play Overwatch because it's Blizzard. I like Blizzard, but the problem is when I accidentally click on the launcher, I have to wait 20 minutes for my game to stop, for my PC to stop cramping itself, just for it to open.
Yeah. And to put a point on this, I also need to clarify the following. So, the Metro Exodus developers, the whole team, and a lot of people did, following this outburst, come up and basically cleared the air as to why they were going to the Epic Store launcher. And it turns out this was not a decision by the Metro Exodus Team 4A. This was actually done by their parent company, Koch Media / Deep Silver.
Koch?
Koch Media, yes, Koch.
That's just one word. That's just one letter away.
Yes. They have stated the following, and I quote, that they do not reflect Deep Silver or 4A Games' view on the future of the franchise. However, it notes, however, that those comics reflect the hurt and disappointment of a passionate individual who has seen what previously nothing but positive goodwill towards his work turn into controversy due to a business decision he had no control over. And for that point, the guy has my sympathy. I actually do feel like he was in the right to vent his frustrations. However, what he didn't have the right to do was go on a tangent, attack the fans, and basically threaten that they won't release the next Metro game on the PC.
Yeah.
And this is where I have a problem with the guy. Like, I have no ill will towards him. Like, I've insulted him, yes, but that's only because he's acting like an idiot. Like, I'll insult someone I like if they're being stupid, you know? I'll flat out call you an idiot if you're being an idiot. I have no ill will towards this guy. I have no ill will towards him. I feel I know what he goes through. I know the pain of creating something and then having people disappointed with your work because it's not what they wanted or they feel like they could have done better. I get that feeling. I know where he's coming from.
And they say it to your face like, "Oh, I could have done this better." Just,
Exactly.
Shut up.
I get this guy's problem. I understand where he's coming from, but the problem still stands of how he acted.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been like an adult, taken a breath, maybe stepped away from Twitter for a few moments before putting out the tweet or whatever, took a breath and said, okay, how am I going to do this in a way that doesn't get everyone angry and, I can vent my frustrations but still be diplomatic about it. And if he had done that, this whole controversy wouldn't have happened.
I can say, two comparing things to this. Two comparing things.
Mm-hmm.
One is the dreaded My Little Pony. Two is mental illness. So, there is a post going around on Tumblr that talks about how if you have a mental illness, you still do not have the right to treat people like shit. And somebody responded to this saying, I have a teacher who has like ADHD or something like that, just a disorder that causes him to yell and scream in pure rage at his students. And he told them, call me out on this shit. I have zero right to treat you like garbage, regardless of what my mental illness is doing. The My Little Pony thing is like something that you literally just said. Take a step away, take a deep breath, and come back to it. There is an entire episode that people are not happy with that have the Kirin in it. And the only way to cure the Kirin of, like, getting angry at each other is to just tell them to never talk again. Which is, like, the dumbest thing ever.
I can imagine. Actually, I think I know what this is also who specifically this is in reference to as well. This whole, like, post about if it doesn't give you the right to treat people like crap.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is also in reference to the that infamous lol cow, the one that's still around, Chris Chan. I think that's also in reference to how he's acted towards other people throughout the years, and even more recently, I suppose. I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts for a call out on him because you've heard of him, right?
Only from what you've said on show.
Well, basically, Chris Chan, he's a guy who has autism, obviously, and his whole claim to fame is that he created. I guess we could call him the first person to create a shitty fanfic comic. I think we can go with because his whole thing is that he created Sonichu, which is just taking Sonic the Hedgehog and crossing him with a Pikachu. That's his big claim to fame. However, the thing is that this guy has used his mental illness to act like a complete and utter prick to everyone. Everyone he interacts with, he treats them like garbage. For the perfect example I can think about is the time he got fan art. In fact, I think we can show this because it's not, it's made the rounds a few times, so it's there's no big issue about it. Let me see if I can find a perfect example that isn't just making fun of the fact he's an idiot.
Like, another thing is that, I'm guessing it must have come from him or something, or he might have influenced it, but, like, a lot of people out there use mental illness as an excuse to be terrible to other people. just so they can get out of trouble. But in all honesty, that's not how it works at all. To get out of trouble, you work with the person to settle things.
Exactly.
Or if you're more daring, you beat the shit out of each other. Which I highly doubt you are. But that's still not a good idea. Don't do that.
No, if you're gonna fight with someone, like actually have a hand-to-hand fight, do it in good faith,
Yeah.
Like just like negotiate how you're gonna beat the fuck out of each other, and then proceed to beat the fuck out of each other. But then after it's all said and done, just go like, okay, we got
it out of our system.
Exactly. Exactly. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Just be civil about it, even after the the ass whooping you will give each other. Okay, I can't find any good examples of this, but basically, this guy gets fan art from someone. Like they actually draw something for him and then mail it to his address. Because, again, this guy he's not the smartest bulb in the bunch. He's basically put his address, his face, and his phone number out for the world, so...
I mean, there are people who do that, but at least they're smart about it.
Oh, no, the way he did it, it was completely stupid.
Oh, God.
Like, he was so angry. He wants the world to know he's so, like, great. And, like, this guy's ego knows no bounds, by the way. Like, we're talking about, he thinks he's created the most amazing thing in the universe, and so he wants the whole world to know, yes, I made this, me. And so people, whenever they want to, to just kind of dick with him or whatever, they'll just typically go, what's the word I'm looking for here? They, they'll make up things and say, no, the real owner saw choose this person, blah, 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 blah. And in a fit of frustration, he would record himself and give away personal information in an attempt to set the record straight. Unaware that they're doing this on purpose. Everyone knows the truth. It's just they're trying to get his goat.
Yeah.
And it's worked. Exactly. But as you can imagine, he gets fan art, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of being a good, decent human being, and say, thank you for the fan art, I appreciate it, yada, he nitpicks, he complains, and he calls the person out on their artistic abilities. Which, by the way, if you've ever seen his comics, he has no right to talk. Because it looks like a 5-year-old made his shit.
Wow.
Just saying. So, to prove, and this is what really ticks people off, to prove that he's so much better than this person. Well, he didn't say that, but you get my point here. To prove how amazing his stuff is, he remade the image in his style, and it looks horrendous. Like, we're talking, again, it's like someone remaking the Mona Lisa in crayon. And I'm not joking. Like, it's
I don't doubt it.
It's like 1-to-1. Like, well, you fucked up. But that's the thing about it. This guy has not only done this, but has also gone out of his way to attack other people who make fan art or, try to add to his creations. He has been known to attack people, even depicting them full sail in his comics and giving them horrendous, like, fates and demises and just things of that nature. Like, the worst part of it is when someone made a parody comic about his characters called Asperchu. Yes, it's a joke. Like Asperger's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the pun. But when he made this fan comic and made it completely raunchy, sort of like adult humor oriented, things of that nature. Like South Park, I guess. He had a complete breakdown. He was so angry with this guy that he went out of his way in an official comic, I suppose, to draw out all the characters that this guy, Alec Benson Leary, created, and then proceeds to completely redo them in his comic, like breaking into the guy's house, destroying his work and everything, destroying the, like depicted in the comic, destroying everything that this guy's worked on, and then just resetting everything he's made to fit more with Chris. And it's horrible. It really is. It's like if D.E. Rebecca had an issue with like a story I was writing and then proceeded to make something in Warframe in which I get horribly mutilated because she doesn't like me, effectively.
I like the way she was Rebecca of all people.
It was the first one that came to mind, honestly.
I mean, brutal honesty, I actually expect Megan to do it.
Megan has
Steve.
Now that's funny. I just get a phone call.
Steve embraces the meme. Well, Megan's just a weeaboo.
Yeah, I would explain some things about Warframe. Oh, no, I'm kidding. But that's basically what he is. He uses his has used his mental illness on more than one occasion as a shield to attack people from. Like, there are people who want to be nice and give the guy the benefit of the doubt, but he will not hesitate for a second to attack you brutally and not give you the benefit of the doubt. And that's why I'm convinced that this post you're talking about is directed right at him. I am positive that's what the message is being pointed towards.
It's more, again, it's more that like more and more people are starting to get quote unquote inspiration from him to act like garbage, and they're perfectly and they think they're perfectly okay to do it because this guy's doing it. But then have like an entire website tell you, no, don't do that shit.
Exactly. And again, this is the issue I've got with him as well. It's like people, you know. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Chris, to me. Oh no, actually, let me rephrase that. I shit you not. Chris has actually. What's the word I'm looking for here? What's the woman who does the voice for the purple horse in the show?
Sparkle. I was literally just watching this not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I'll find it out.
But her voice
Tara,
actor,
I think.
Tara Strong. That's it. Tara Strong.
Yeah.
So Tara Strong made, I want to say, a video or something, or some kind of music video. I'm not sure what it was. And in it, I don't know the context. I really don't. But basically, Chris has an issue about it, and so proceeds to tweet at her with the intention of pulling his usual shtick, which is, what is it? Make demands of someone. Make demands from someone because he thinks he's so popular, famous, and blah blah blah. You know, because he's
make
Chris
demands
Chan.
of someone far more powerful than you, thinking that you're on the same level.
Exactly. And not only did Tara not do that, but instead she called. Actually, let me see if I can find the tweet, because it's too good to ignore. And not too good to ignore, but it's like, let's see.
Too amusing to ignore.
Exactly, because she calls him out. What's the word? She calls him out and basically calls him what he is. When I can't find it, but basically when Chris starts to attack her over this and, you know, doing his typical, I demand that you do this because I'm Chris and blah 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 blah, she calls him out, and she actually calls him a incredibly hate-filled individual, and that she never wants to hear about this guy ever again, and flat out blocked him. And that was amazing. Like, honestly. And the fact that he himself he considers himself a brony as well, that has to sting on a second level like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, what hurt even more is if they found out which pony was his favorite, and the voice actor actress or actor of that pony just told him to fuck off.
Exactly. And it's incredibly hilarious too. It's like, again, it's like you can't make this stuff up, you know? This hurts on a second level,
It's
especially if
poetic
you're a fan of.
justice.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I said, I to go back to what I was saying, I understand where the Metro developer is. I do feel a bit of, I feel where he's coming from, and I do feel sad about what he's probably going through with all the people that are angry because of a choice he didn't make. And again, I have nothing but sympathy towards the guy. I hope he didn't get fired from his job because, this isn't a moment of weakness, and he does let his anger get the better of him. But I don't think he deserves to get shit canned for it. I really don't.
But still, he did make a mistake. As long as he understands he made that mistake.
I do believe he should. There needs to be repercussions for this. Something like this has to happen. I'm not saying he gets fired or anything. Maybe suspended from a project for like maybe a month at most or something like that. I'm fine.
You're grounded from this project for a month.
Exactly.
That's essentially what we're saying here.
Yeah, but it's like as long as he's not fired and as long as he doesn't get too of an unfair treatment from the company, all's fine with me. Like, I've got no issues.
Thank God it's not EA, so he's spared. Yeah. He's still alive.
Oh, jeez, but yeah, you get what I mean. I feel nothing but like sympathy for the guy, and I do feel like this is a mistake. Like, he'll feel terrible about for the rest of his days, but he'll move on.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, yeah. So let it be known here that Rev and HH do not advocate for people to be fired from their jobs if they fuck.
Like, unless they fucked up really, really, really bad, and they're not sorry for it.
Exactly. Like, if it's something very serious, like, I don't know, I fucked your dog while you were watching kind of thing, then.
Or as serious as we just leaked all of our people's information out there when they ordered this game and all these bits that go with the game. You know what we're talking about there.
Yeah. Just...
we're understanding and apologetic when it comes to certain developers, but when it comes to something like that, like something bad, we lash out at it like rabid piranhas.
No.
Why did I use piranhas?
No, I just looked into something about the Monster Hunter live action movie, and fuck me.
Not good, huh?
This idiot is doing it again.
He's writing like a completely different story, but still has like the basis of the characters and all that shit.
Yeah.
No, come on, dude.
Let's bump this up to the next topic because this needs to be mentioned. So, as everyone knows, or has not even known, Monster Hunter live action movie has been in the works for a while. Unfortunately, it is being handed by Mila Jovovich's husband, the same guy who fucked up the Resident Evil movies, the live action ones.
Boo.
And who has also basically killed his wife's acting career.
Boo.
And by that I mean no one's ever gonna hire her
because what?
The shit movies he's made for her. Yeah. But no. So this information I'm about to read is from the Hype Geek. Again, what is it with these websites? Ugh.
Well, it's hard to come up with a good name for a website when like 90% of the internet is porn.
Yeah, then just call it the Porn Hub. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
But so according to this article, which is like super short, but I would only read the impact point. It says the impact's description of the film, which goes as the following. For every monster, there is a hero. An ordinary man in a dead-end job discovers actually the descendant of an ancient hero. He must travel to a mystical world to train to become a monster hunter before the mystical creatures from that world destroy ours.
What?
Portal shit. There's fucking portal shit.
You know what this is?
Idiot.
Do you know what this is?
What?
There's like a whole collection of movies that pull this shit. There's that one where that kid has to find the different pieces. He is the light, or something like that. And he has a sword. He travels through fucking time to find random items. Then there's that one where it's a Nickelodeon-based movie where a giant ogre wants a book.
Percy Jackson. I mean,
No, not Percy Jackson.
Spiderwick.
Spiderwick, yeah, the Spiderwick Chronicles. Then there's, like, of course, Percy Jackson. But there was another one where, like, the current one, the kid who would be king.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a long line of those kind of movies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just, I actually thought that Rathalos was skateboarding.
No. So, as you can see from the images, yeah, that's basically the movie. Rathaloses come from weird sky portal and just start destroying planes.
That's not how the games worked.
And then at the bottom, we have the only character from Monster Hunter I think they actually bothered to make the commander.
Guy with the sword or the chick?
The guy with the sword.
Okay.
That is it. That he is 1-to-1 from the game. And yet there's fucking Mila Jovovich again!
Oh, she's Claire. Or is it Alice?
Alice.
Alice. Fuck.
The character that ruined the franchise.
I didn't care for the movie, so.
It's just... It's like Michael Bay shit. Let's take the modern setting so that way the movie makes more money. It's like, fuck off.
No, that's not what we want.
And
like,
so
Transformers came close, but no.
No, here's the thing. Apparently, from the concept not concept trailers, the images I'm seeing for like the sets and everything, or the few images that are making the rounds on the internet as of late, seem to be Mila Jovovich and other guy are from Monster World, and yet this apparently the main focus is going to be on modern day soldiers fighting these monsters with AKs and guns and stuff. And apparently Ron Perlman is also going to be making an appearance in this movie.
Oh no.
How much you want to bet he's not even a hunter?
How much you want to bet soldiers. He's only going to be there for like 5 minutes, like 5 seconds?
I don't. Again. Yeah. And then to the end of the movie where he cuts his way out of the stomach.
Oh, there's a prime time today, by the way.
Oh, good. But it's... No, this... What is wrong with Hollywood? What is wrong with it and making proper movie adaptation of a game? What is wrong with it? Is it that fucking difficult?
Can we think of any movie that was a video game adaptation that was actually really good? Other than Mortal Kombat, which was meh. It was good on a cheesy scale.
The Ace Attorney movie. And that was actually made in Japan.
I know.
Japan is the one place that gets the concept right.
Hopefully Detective Pikachu will be okay.
I want to hurt W. Anderson so bad. Just, you are an idiot. Stop this. It's like Monster Hunter just got popular in the US again. Don't fuck it up. And now you're fucking it up again. Why do you hate us? Why do you hate your wife? It's just...
I mean, by now, it's like Simmons and Ada Wong.
Basically.
I am making this giant virus for you. Love me.
I'm giving you work in movies. Killing her career. Slowly.
Yeah. And then here's the thing. People that do things like this, like do horrible things, they don't actually realize that they're the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. They think they're the hero of their own story.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could say of this movie that might look good would be the monsters.
Yeah.
Because from what I can tell, they're at least going to try to make them one-to-one like the creatures in the games. Again, unlike Bayformers, which was basically unlike Bayformers, which was basically just let's put a bunch of shit and people will love it.
Let's just show these guys transforming every 5 minutes. And have each transformation be different.
And at the same time, also for some weird reason, bring back characters that were dead.
Yeah.
I want to point this out.
Bring back Jazz?
No, here's the funny thing. People have actually gone back to the movies and and people have noticed that Decepticons that were killed in the previous movies come back with no explanation whatsoever. Just, we're back. In fact, let me see.
Don't mind me, I'm just saving pictures of Wigglers.
Right, so one of the Decepticons, Bone Crusher, right? First guy to die, or first on-screen death in the first
that's the
Transformer
highway
movie.
fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's everybody's favorite.
Bone Crusher gets killed by Optimus Prime, right? And you think, okay, he's gone, never coming back. Guess what? Transformers 2, he's alive again. He's in the movie for no reason. He's like, hey, what up?
Hey, I'm alive. I got stabbed in the face by a superheated sword, but I'm fine.
Exactly. There's no, it's hilarious. He's there for no reason, and there's an entire close-up of his face, too. It's like, you're trying to be a prick. So you think, okay, maybe it's another con that just has his appearance. No, he's back in the third one, too! After getting shot in the second movie.
Jason Voorhees had a very quote-unquote logical explanation for returning over and over and over again.
Yes, the fact that Bone Crusher returns in for 3 fucking to make matters worse, right? They fucked this up again with Blackout. First movie he appears. Okay. So basically, in the first movie, he appears and he gets, I think it's carpet bombed by just U.S. jets for some reason, right?
Yeah, but he actually dies to the captain guy sliding underneath and shooting him in the groin.
But that's the thing. We see him get shot up and kind of destroyed, and a lot of people, because of how the death was filmed, a lot of people assumed he wasn't dead, just out cold, because that's what it looked like. He just falls to the ground like, ugh, not dead. And so when he returns in the second movie, I thought it was just him coming back because he didn't die in the first movie. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
No, apparently I'm wrong. Apparently he did die in the first movie, and the other one that looks identical to him is a different con called Rotor.
Oy.
I'm just so frustrated when you do this shit. I'm like, don't treat your fans like idiots, Bay. What are you doing?
We're not dumb.
It's like, we can see when you fuck up. Just admit you fucked up, you special effects hack.
That's you right, can't solve everything with explosions. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And this is what frustrates me. It's not only... But it's also the fact that now with this upcoming Monster Hunter movie, the live-action movie, it's gonna be shit. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. And yet people are still gonna watch the fucking thing because it's like, oh, it's never been, we've never have a live-action Monster Hunter movie. It's like, motherfuckers, wait for the Japanese Monster Hunter movie. I guarantee you it's gonna be better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Here,
no joke, Japanese CGI is so much better than American.
Yeah,
hands down.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's not just that. It's the fact that they actually take the time to get costume work right, set locations right, designs right, everything. They painstakingly recreate everything one to one.
Yeah.
And then when it's all said and done, then they release the movie, and guess what? It gets mad popular in Japan, but flops overseas. Mostly because they aren't marketed right. Like I said, or on the rare occasion that the movie does suck, at least they tried. Like, for example, the live-action Bleach movie I covered in...
A couple episodes ago.
Yeah, in one of my Rev reviews. That movie, even though it wasn't that great, tried to capture the spirit of the anime. And to me, I kind of like it because what makes me like the live action movie, even though it's not that good story wise, is the fact that when the movie, it basically sets itself up as if, what if Bleach only had one season and never got like made into this crazy multiple season kind of thing? What would happen if that was the case? And it does its job right. It's like, hey, this is an alternate reality, and I'm fine with it. I mean, it does suck story wise, and it's like, for me, like a fan, I'm like, oh, this is just, excuse me. It's like, oh, as a fan, I'm like, oh, this is disappointing. But overall, I enjoyed it. I liked it, at least for what it did. So that's why I'm like, just wait. In fact, no, I'm going to check something.
Like, another great example would be the Attack on Titan live action movie. Like,
let's see.
The CGI in that movie was amazing. I don't know what the reviews were really because I don't care for Attack on Titan, but apparently it was really fucking good, both in America and Japan.
Let's see. Okay, so there's no Japanese Monster Hunter movie yet. But wait, trust me. As soon as this movie comes out, Japan is not going to take this line down, and they're going to make their own. I guarantee it.
I hope so. I really hope so.
It's like, fuck you, Paul W. Anderson. I don't even know if that's your name, but I don't care. Exactly.
Just throw that in for good measure. Fuck you, Michael Bay.
Just flip everything off as you just drive down the street. Fuck
it is
this.
It is like quite literally the equivalent of, I'm going to flip off heaven and moonwalk into hell.
Wait. Where's that image? Since we're talking about fuck you, Michael Bay, I might as well just find it. Let's see. Michael Bay.
I'm going to be so concerned if they have Laggy Actress in the movie.
Really?
He's my favorite.
Oh, alright. I know, okay, so he doesn't do the bird flip, but still, fuck you, Michael Bay. Ruin people's childhood.
And careers.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on.
Before we get too upset.
We'll crash all over Michael Bay when we get to Bumblebee. Let's just move on to Apex Legends.
Yeah.
So have you heard about this one?
I've heard that it is yet another battle royale.
Yeah, people aren't happy with it, at least in concept, but people are giving it a try.
Yeah.
They're going in with open minds and all right, let's see if this is worth my time, effectively. Because we can't really say worth my money. So instead, so basically, according to what little information I've had since this thing came out like yesterday, basically, Apex Legends is a sort of in-universe event, some sort of in-universe competition held between, I guess they just call them legends, which is fucking stupid. I mean, who came up with this name idea? It's like, oh, let's call all our competitors legends, even though they've done jack shit. Okay, whatever. No, but basically, it's a competition between these individuals, and I guess spawning technology, like they can come back from death, kind of like Unreal Tournament in a sense. Which again, not too unusual. I mean, doesn't Titanfall have like spawn tech as well.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, so this kind of thing doesn't break Titanfall's lore, I support. I suppose. Ugh. The characters there are only 6 characters, and I guess 3 for three for each team that fights, and they are called Bangalore, Bloodhound, Caustic, Giblar, Gibraltar, Lifeline, Mirage, Pathfinder, and Wraith.
Wow.
Their designs are actually, you know what, I would give you the image so you can like.
I saw the trailer. It was an ad on YouTube. I saw a bit of the trailer. I know about Pathfinder.
Yeah, Pathfinder, actually, it's very clear Pathfinder is a modified. Again, I'm
one of those
okay
modified working bots that you feel really sad for punching.
Or taking his gun. It's like, oh.
Oh, just the noises they make. They're so cute.
Exactly. But, so overall, these are the characters. In my opinion, I actually kind of, I like their designs. They fit Titanfall's aesthetic, you know? All of them, you know, none of it is uniform. All of it's asymmetrical and weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think Caustic is... I think he's a reference to Krieger from Archer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kind of half expecting him to to just say thank you in the gas mask.
I am waiting for the Bane speech. Every time I see a character in a mask that just covers the mouth and nose, I always wait for the Bane speech.
I don't doubt it, but anyway, so all of them, their objective as far as the contests go is basically it's team elimination, but with a bit of a twist to it, effectively. So both sides will jump from, much like Fortnite or whatever other battle royale there is, that they'll jump and then they'll fly towards a specific location. The game changes this up a bit by giving you incentives to go to specific areas, not just, hey, let's go to this one building and camp here until like the match begins to shrink. It's not like that. It's more like you see they'll purposely put out a bunch of objectives, like crates that contain weapons, or there's actually an airship just a few feet off the ground, I want to say, which has a lot of gear and loot in it. And so you can also be incentivized to take it because it will basically give you the biggest tactical advantage of the entire map. Again, kind of cool. That's why I don't think this is a real battle royale. It's more like a traditional, what's the word?
It's like Hunger Games.
No. It's more like a traditional team versus team fight. You know, both teams come in. The objective is just to kill each other. There is no, oh, I'm going to do this so I can, you know, I'm the lone wolf because blah, 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 blah. That's not the case. Apparently, also on a side note, there is character lore in the game that explains the characters' backstories, just like in Overwatch, explaining like what they are, what they did before joining Apex, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I like that. It gives the characters a sort of, this is who I am, and therefore I shall be. Blah blah blah.
I just had a dumb thought.
Shoot.
Like, what if this team versus team thing is like similar to a mixer at work? Like you had the annual Christmas party, and then you have the annual death match. Like yesterday, you guys were having like tea and biscuits. Why am I thinking tea and biscuits? You're having like fruit punch and like pastries and all that shit at a party, and then you're talking about how your kid is doing great in soccer. The next day, you're just stabbing the shit out of each other, and you're bonding over it.
Kind of. From what I can tell from all the characters, they have their own reasons to join Apex. You know, their character traits are kind of tied to their role in the game. Gibraltar. I don't even know how to say that name actually. Like, is it
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar? Okay. He's obviously the tank of the
Yeah.
built with the shield and
The
everything.
shield
And
is a dead giveaway.
yeah, but what I like about it is that when he does fight someone, he adopts a sumo's fighting stance, legs apart, arms apart from each other, and just throwing his weight around. I actually kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then you've got like Bangalore, who heavy explosive weapons. You can see that in her gear, how she acts. Bloodhound's just a scout, kind of shows it in the way he moves. Like all these characters,
Pathfinder is a sniper.
yeah, and that's what I like about them. The fact that personality beyond, personality in the role and everything. I like that. Anyway, however, now we need to get into the bad about Apex Legends. This is a game that unfortunately does have loot boxes in it.
Oh.
And from what I can tell, it is very similar to EA Battlefront 2.
No.
Not surprising. From what I can tell from the loot boxes, they contain weapons, cosmetics, and crafting materials. This is clearly not Respawn Entertainment's desire with this game. It is very clearly this is an EA infestation once more.
Boo.
And the fact that they decided to release this game under the radar explains. Well, now we know why they released this game under the radar. They knew that people would not be happy with this, and so had to release it under confusion and everything, just to minimize the backlash. It is very obvious. And I actually believe this is quite underhanded too. Do I approve of this method? No, I do not.
You're not going to get rid of EA cancer by doing that.
Exactly. And it's very clear that this is EA's plan to survive and push loot boxes into anything, releasing games and things of that nature under cover of confusion, and then prey on people's good nature. Well, not even good nature, but like their curiosity, and then attack. It is very clear that's the case. And it's, again, unfortunately, Respawn Entertainment is showing the signs of what EA does to studios that are popular. They have now been forced to create something, to quote Jim Sterling, they've been forced to create something outside of their wheelhouse, something they were not prepared or equipped to deal with. And EA is sharpening the blades to get rid of them. And yet it's rather ironic, isn't it, considering the company is dying. They're still trying to keep acting like nothing's changed.
I am realizing that EA is not actually a cancer.
Go on.
Cancer grows, or you just carve it out, and you have to hope that it doesn't regrow. That's not what EA is doing. EA is destroying things slowly but surely. That sounds more like HIV.
Or a tumor.
No, that sounds more like HIV. What HIV does is it consumes a white blood cell and it becomes hidden to other white blood cells that it is one of their own, so it doesn't get destroyed. And then it continues to eat white blood cells until you don't have enough. It slowly kills things under the radar.
Yeah, and that sums up EA perfectly. I view them more as a parasite, really.
That too. They're like a tapeworm.
No, they're actually like the bleeder from Subnautica. Except we can't get rid of it by just tapping our arm and getting rid of the fucking thing.
Wait, what? You tap your arm to get rid of the bleeder?
Like punch the bleeder off your arm.
Oh.
Yeah, in Subnautica, when the bleeder gets attached to your arm, you just kind of whack the fucking thing until it lets go. But in this
kind of
case,
like a tick, but with a tick, you just pinch, twist, and flick.
kind of bleeders are like just they latch on. They have tentacles. They don't go easily. You really gotta like whack the fucking thing until it like lets you go. Yeah, actually, yeah, they're like an undersea tick. Anyway, but yeah, that's basically what's happening, and people are approaching the game skeptically. They're not. It's not like Fortnite. Nobody's jumping in full hog for the thing. That's not the case. They are more approaching it cautiously. People are playing it, and they're having fun. What's the word? People are approaching it with caution. They're having fun with it, but they're not being suckered by the game.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know. And again, I hope this isn't the end of Respawn Entertainment, because even though this game has been released by them, according to sources, Titanfall 3 is in development as we speak and is being worked on. And the hope now is that this remains the case. They can make it just like they made Titanfall 2, which was a complete critical hit.
Yeah.
At least with players. Like I said, it's becoming concerning. People are worried. Everyone's rather taken aback by what's happening. And people are legitimately scared that this will be another predatory action game developers will take, which is releasing well done and well polished game hidden from the players, and then once their goodwill has been won over, that's what people are afraid of. Come to the future. I can't really fault the people for being this cynical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that covers everything, unless I'm forgetting something. We covered the game mode. We covered that. Yeah, player versus player.
Doesn't it require you to get a launcher as well? Or am I thinking of something? I'm thinking of Division 2.
Yeah. No, that's on Epic. Let me think. No, so I mentioned that. Oh, right. Another thing. When a friend is killed, like a teammate, you can actually go to the area they died, pick up a tag with like the character's name tag or whatever, run to a spawner device, then they'll come back into the game but with no weapons, and it's up to your teammates to give you a weapon. I can see that being used for like trolling and griefing, really. Like you bring your friend back and you just use them as bait. I can see that happening so horribly easily.
Yeah.
But there's that. What else? No, I think that's everything. So far, it's too new to gather a lot of information on the thing. At least for now. Yeah, I think that covers everything. If there's anything else, I'm sure people will let us know. Hello, Sean. Howdy. Welcome to the stream.
I can hear the puppies running around upstairs.
All right. I guess that's the signal for us to take a quick break then.
Yeah, kind of poor timing there, Sean, but we're gonna take a quick break. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back in about maybe 20 or so minutes.
Hopefully. Yep.
That's a rough estimate, not an exact time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we will see you all in a few minutes.
Yep.
Take care.
Okay, so it's just me and you guys right now. 1, the dogs really, really need to go outside. 2, Discord needs to update. 3, I gotta go to the bathroom. So we will be back as soon as we can. I'm going to be playing the intro music on repeat. If you don't want to listen to that, that is perfectly fine. Just mute and tab away. or put the stream in picture-in-picture mode if you're on YouTube. I can't believe I figured how to do that. We'll be back as soon as we can. I will try not to take so long like I did a couple episodes ago. It mostly depends on if Tiny Puppy wants to go potty. He's very picky. So, yeah. I will get the intro music started, and we'll see you guys in a bit. that's enough of that. Hello, I'm back.
And
Hi.
we're back.
I'm gonna be muting
Quite
myself a lot because I grabbed chips.
all right, it's fine. Crow a bit. We've covered most of the topics. Apex Legends, Monster Hunter live action. We're heading into Bumblebee, Metro Prime, and Pyre. Then the monthly things. All right. So since we've mentioned it, let's get into it.
Yeah.
The Bumblebee movie, one that I want to say recently came out.
Yeah, recently.
Right. So people are incredibly happy about the movie. They're enjoying it because it's actually a Transformers film people want to see.
Yeah.
Go figure. It's almost as if this is what the fans have wanted all along, and Michael Bay was just full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Moron. Fucking moron. People love it because the movie mostly focuses around the character Bumblebee, what he does when he reaches Earth for the first time. And this movie kind of soft reboots the Bayverse.